Hello, my name is Pressey. I'm a lawyer at Williams HR Law. The frequently asked question I'll be answering in this video is, what is the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy and how does it work? This is an updated video that reflects changes the federal government made to the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy in mid-April 2020. In an effort to limit layoffs and keep Canadians employed during this COVID-19 pandemic, the Government of Canada implemented the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy as an additional measure to the 10% temporary wage subsidy for small businesses announced earlier. For more information about the temporary wage subsidy and how it interacts with the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy, please see the FAQ video and articles on this resource center. The Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy is available to all non-public employers, including charities and nonprofits, that experience a drop in revenues due to COVID-19 of at least 15% in March and at least 30% in April or May. The subsidy covers 75% of the first $58,700 of compensation for each worker, which is up to $847 per week, and is currently available for the 12-week period from March 15th until June 6th. However, the Government of Canada has the right to extend the subsidy until September 30th, 2020. To determine eligibility, employers must compare 2020 monthly revenues for March, April, and May to 2019 revenues in the same month, or to their average revenues in January and February 2020. Employers can calculate revenues using either the cash accounting method or the accrual accounting method. However, once employers choose what month or months to compare revenues to and an accounting method, the same methods must be used throughout the program. Charities and nonprofit organizations may choose whether or not to include revenue from government sources as part of their revenue calculation. However, once they make the choice, they have to use the same approach throughout the program period. To ensure that employers have added certainty, employers that qualify for the subsidy based on 1 month's revenue reduction will automatically be eligible to receive the subsidy for the next period. That is, if a business's revenues drop by at least 15% in March, the employer would not need to demonstrate a revenue drop of 30% in April to qualify for the subsidy. However, the employer would have to reapply for the subsidy based on May revenues, as the automatic renewal only happens for 1 month. Employers will have to pay the wages to the employee, then will receive the subsidy as a refund from the government. If, after the subsidy has been paid, an employer is determined to be ineligible for the subsidy, the employer will be required to repay any overpayment received. If the overpayment is found to be the result of the employer's gross negligence, the employer may be liable for a penalty of 50% of the overpayment. Employers that engage in transactions or take actions to purposefully lower their revenue to meet the required reduction will be required to repay the subsidy amount they received and will be liable for a penalty of 25% of the subsidy received. Employers will be able to apply online for the subsidy on the Canada Revenue Agency's My Business Account portal beginning on Monday, April 27th. The government anticipates that 90% of applications will be processed by May 5th, with direct deposits and checks sent out soon after. Applications must be made by October 2020. Hope you found this video helpful, along with the other resources on this site. Keep well and safe.